Okay, Coach. Well, first opened way back in 1972. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium, part of the Truman Sports Complex here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
We're 20!
Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. Slam!
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Switch. Where? Black 52. 52's the mic. Bring it.
From the 27, Wentz, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Casey Hayward with a sack on the well-timed corner blitz.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Wentz now to throw. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
They go play action here on first down. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
Throwing again. Rivers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
3rd down. 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Rivers now. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Wentz. A battle for it here, and this will be caught. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Rivers. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
56 to Mike. 56.
Hey, Phil. Hey, Ford, Tokyo.
Screen. Watch the screen.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. This complete to Jones. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Now Wentz on third down. Jones has it. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And it's an early lead there for the Saints. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's just me and you.
To throw is Rivers. Incomplete.
Rivers pass, throwaway and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man has got it. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
First down.
They'll run on first down with Cannon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Red Delta! Hey, exit.
Here's Rivers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
He's not going to get me. 56. Shot 56. Like 56.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. On now is the kicker, Jason Myers, for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Myers winds up yanking it. This is no good. Line to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 37-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these...
On 2nd and 7, Wentz flushed out right. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Go. 120. 52's the mic. Strip the ball. Kill. Strip that ball.
On 1st down, Wentz. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Shorty. Check 24. General West. 82. Here's this.
Wentz going to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. 20, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski
different
was an
things for
interception.
different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
Too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 657.
Throwing is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. Here we go.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch up.
Rivers. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Throwing now is Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rivers. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Hightower. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Brings up 7 at the 46
right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. Funches has it complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw is Wentz. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again.
Hey, box truck.
Wentz going to go on fourth down. Open man is Michael Thomas. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Wentz now on first down. He completes it to Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. They come up first and 10 at the 16.
5'9".
56. Man, I got you.
Again, it's Wentz. And now here is another interception. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock. Give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Left to right.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
Load it.
Hey, watch that. Check.
Behind.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Field left, field left. Got wide, I got wide.
To throw again. Rivers nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. 24 is the mic.
12, 12.
24 is the mic.
Now Rivers. And he's going to go down again. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get the field goal range. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Here's Wentz to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 17.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking long for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Sets up 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ringo, I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
Wait! Keep it skinny. Who draw quarter? Hey, wahoo!
On play action, Rivers. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, Rocket.
From the gun, Rivers. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
First down.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw is Rivers. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But depending on the team, they'd call that an explosive play or a chunk play, the one that they got on the previous one. They tried to go back and get another one, didn't they?
They did, but unsuccessful on that second attempt. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On 2nd down, this is Cannon. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Hey, Delta! Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it.
Right there. 54, right there, 54.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 31, check 31.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
80 weapons. Here, shift.
Get him, you got it. Where's the...
Now Wentz on third down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. They'll toss it to Fournette. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Here we go, back. The 20.
56. Hey, watch your leg. 56.
Forward, Tokyo. 10-5-7.
Come on, D. Check 3.
Wentz now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Chandler Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Straight 15.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Bravo. Hey, forward, Tokyo.
56. Mike, 56. Hey, let's get off the team.
Hey, high 7.
Shift.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is going to be incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Rivers to throw it. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's Cannon.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Right, 89.
They go again with Cannon, and he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they... Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Ram.
After the sack on 1st down, Wentz, he'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 57 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily exit.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Leonard Fournette, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football. Because this now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Wentz now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he's brought down. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep. 1st and goal.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good, and an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Texans take over 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the intercept. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I don't know if careless is the right word there, but bottom line, here in the 4th quarter, tie game, you can't do that.
You sure can, Brandon, and not only do you give up the lead, now you've got to turn around, punt it away from your own 20 as well. So it's really a double whammy with time starting to become a factor.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. This is Fournette. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing his Wentz. It's caught by Funchess. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 120.
Let's go, D.
Here,
Where? Block 52. 52's the mic.
Get that. Lion.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line.
Here.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 16.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
36.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down.
He's checking. And
he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
At the 24-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Rivers. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
On 3rd down, here's Cannon. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they get this. Stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Stop your whining.
Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now Wentz. James has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme. I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Kansas City, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Houston, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.